Hello, and welcome to this week's episode of the Life First Business Podcast. Today, I'm going to be talking all about creating your irresistible coaching offer. And when I say irresistible offer, I want you to create an offer that's irresistible to your ideal clients, but also is irresistible to you in the way that you are excited to deliver it, you're excited to talk about it, and you feel confident about the impact it's going to have on your ideal clients and how it's going to help facilitate the transformation that you want to create for them. So I think there's a lot of focus in the industry on creating irresistible offers when it comes to attracting clients, which of course is really important. You want to create an offer which is irresistible to your ideal clients, but also it needs to be something that truly aligns for you so that you can love your business, that you can sell with confidence, and that you can really enjoy the process of delivering your offer. And also that you know it's supporting your life goals and that you are taking that life first approach when it comes to your business by creating an offer that you can deliver in a way that honors your energy, honors your strengths, your ways of working, and what lights you up as a coach. So let's dive into all of that. Whether you've already created your offer and you are maybe thinking about refining it in some way, or whether you're at the beginning of your coaching business journey and you're developing your first offer, I think these concepts will really help you. So first of all, as I've always talked about in my previous episodes, and if you've been in one of my webinars or you've looked at my signature offer, starting with your niche is really important. And that's important, yes, for your marketing, so that your message is clear and it's clear who you're targeting through your marketing. But also when it comes to creating your offer, because when you've got a very specific ideal client in mind, you can make sure that the offer you're creating really caters to that specific person's needs and desires. And that what that transformation means for that ideal client should be heavily considered when it comes to creating your offer. And also, obviously, part of your niche is what that transformation is, what that problem that you solve as a coach is. And that should be the key to your offer. That's the key starting point, is what's the transformation? What is the outcome of your offer, the specific outcome? And that's what you need to start with, so that then you can start building out your offer in a way that you are thinking about the best way of facilitating this transformation. So making it as easeful as you possibly can for your ideal clients, as quick as you possibly can for your ideal clients, and as certain as you possibly can for your ideal clients. So obviously all with integrity and all in a way that you are giving them everything that they need. So if it needs to take 3 months, if it needs to take 6 months, if it needs to take 12 months, that's what it needs. But you're not making it unnecessarily long. You're thinking about the ways that you can facilitate this transformation, or break down that transformation into key steps that can be achieved in as quick a timeline as possible for your ideal clients. So yeah, that's very key. Starting with your niche, starting with who that ideal client is, and starting with that very specific transformation that your offer is going to facilitate. And then I want you to picture a Venn diagram of 3 circles, and your offer sits in the middle of those 3 circles. And those 3 circles are the needs and desires of your ideal client. So you're putting your client first and you're considering what they want, what they need. And really what they would want is those 3 things. They want certainty, they want ease, and they want efficiency. They want to achieve this transformation. It's not about feeling like they're getting their money's worth because they're working with you for 12 months. If you said to most people, this is the transformation you're going to achieve, would you like it in 3 months or would you like it in 12 months? Of course, most people want that transformation as soon as possible. Everyone would. So that's how to look at it. It's not about seeing the value in the amount of time they get to work with you, as opposed to when you've got a specific transformation that you're facilitating through your offer, how can you help them achieve that as quickly as possible? So that's circle number 1, is the needs and desires of your ideal client and what makes this offer highly desirable for them. And then the other circle is what makes this highly desirable to you. And that's where the life first approach comes in. So putting your goals for your life, the schedule you want to be working, the way you want to be working, what you want your days to look like while you're working, and making sure that's built into your offer. So that could look like, the type of support you're giving your clients, whether you're having one-on-one calls with them, whether you're meeting them in person, whether you're providing some kind of voice note support in between or email support in between. All those things come into what aligns for you, like how regularly you're having contact with your clients, what parts of your offer you're delivering in a more asynchronous way or in a more passive way, and what parts are the hands-on one-on-one aspects. So really building that into your offer as well, and putting the ways, your needs, your desires as the business owner, as the coach, at the forefront too. And then that third circle is what makes you fall in love with your offer, what excites you about it, what makes you feel so confident that you're going to be able to help your client achieve these results, and what lights you up about it and makes you feel so excited to talk about your offer and deliver your offer. Because when you have that, the energy that you're going to bring to your marketing, to your sales, and to the delivery of your offer is that magical secret sauce that's going to make your coaching offer irresistible. Because when you've got that energy, when you're talking about it, that's going to come across to your clients, and that's when it's going to become irresistible. It's having that right energy about your offer. So in saying that, this is a key mistake that I think a lot of coaches can make when they're creating their offer, is they're looking around in the market and seeing what other people are doing, seeing what other things are selling. And I do think it's really important to have an awareness of the market that you sit within, and an awareness of what other offers are out there, where you're positioning yourself in that market and looking at what else is selling. But that's not the be all and end all. But a lot of coaches will look at what other people are doing and try to replicate that, which is understandable. And it's understandable why we do that, because, it's market research. You feel like, well, that's what people want, so that's what I must create as well. And you're seeing all these features that other coaches are offering and thinking, well, I must include that, I must include that. And then you're packing your offer full of features like calls and support and a course that goes with it, and this resource and that resource, and a Facebook group, and all these things that you're seeing. Well, I must include all these things because everyone else has got it. But when you're doing that, you're not considering those other things. You're not considering, is this the most efficient and most certain and most easeful way you can create that transformation for your client? And it's probably not, because you're probably just going to overwhelm them with the amount of stuff you're including if you're not focused on why each of those things facilitate this transformation in the best way possible. So you really want to take a different approach in thinking, like, how can I streamline this in the best way possible? How can I make sure that every single element that I'm putting into this offer is vital to facilitate that transformation in the most easeful, efficient, and certain way, without overwhelming your clients? And again, if you're just looking at what else is out there on the market and trying to make sure you've covered everything that everyone else is doing, you're not honoring yourself. You're not looking at what's most aligned for you, and you're not creating an offer that you're going to be in love with and that you're going to feel happy delivering, and that's going to allow you to be the best coach and bring the best energy when you're coaching your clients. So look around at what else is out there, have an awareness of the market, but don't make that the be all and end all when it comes to creating your coaching offer. And if you're looking at your niche and you are hesitant on moving on from the niching phase, and I would say choose that niche. And then when it comes to creating your offer, when you start to think about that ideal client and how you can facilitate that transformation best for that ideal client, you're probably going to refine things, because you'll realize that by having that ideal client, these elements of your offer are going to be specific for them. So, for example, if you were a wellness coach and you're creating an exercise and nutrition plan for an ideal client, because you're wanting to make it as easeful and certain and efficient for that specific client, you're going to see the ways that your program or your offer needs to be developed in a way for that specific ideal client. So if it's, a busy mum that's feeding a whole family, that's going to be very different to a single man who's got a high-powered job. So when it comes to that specific client, the way you're developing your offer will be specific for that specific client. So you can refine that more once you come to your offer creation when you're thinking about what that specific person needs for those three things: the efficiency, the certainty, and the easefulness. So I hope that makes sense, that, move on to the offer phase with that ideal client in mind, and maybe you'll refine things a bit. Maybe you'll develop things a bit around that specific ideal person as you're creating your offer. And don't get too focused on the features instead of the desired transformation. The features should facilitate that transformation. You should always be able to speak to the benefits of each of those features, rather than feeling like, well, I just must put them all in so this offer looks like they're getting so much stuff. That's not what's going to sell it for your clients, and it's not what's going to make it enjoyable to deliver for you, that you've just packed it full of features, calls, communities, everything that's there. Make sure each of them relate back to that transformation and support that transformation, and there is a benefit to each of them. Don't overlook that personal alignment and only think about what your clients want. Really make sure you're thinking about what you want, so that you're taking that life first approach when you're creating your offer. So just a little short episode for you there. I hope that gives you some really key things to think about when it comes to the offer. Make sure you're starting with whatever that transformation is for your ideal clients, and then work from there, and focus on creating something that you feel energetically behind, because that's honestly going to make all the difference. And I've experienced that myself, in that, the journey in my coaching has gone from starting at the beginning with quite a broad niche, really. It was solopreneurs who wanted to have businesses that support their life. And I still have that same approach to my coaching, that life first approach, but I've niched down to coaches and wellness and life coaches, because I know that the things that they need in creating their businesses are much more specific than what any service-based solopreneur needs. And in creating an offer that was specific, that was providing a specific transformation, which may have been freeing up space, freeing up time in their calendar, is very different to now me talking about helping coaches create the foundations of their life first business. That excites me so much more. I feel like it's more desirable for my specific ideal client now. And I feel like I am more excited about it. And I have created something I'm really excited about delivering. And it does all those things I'm talking about in terms of the certainty, the easefulness, and the efficiency for my clients, that giving them everything they need to be able to do it in 8 weeks, to be able to do it with much more ease, because all the steps are laid out for them and all the resources are there, and every single thing that's being built into that offer is there to facilitate that transformation within that amount of time. And that's just the difference of getting really specific around the ideal client and the transformation, like I talked about. And that's come from me, from working with clients one-on-one and realizing these were the clients I was mostly attracting, and what were the things that those particular clients needed to get the thing that they wanted. Yes, they want a life first business. They want a business that allows them freedom and flexibility. But in order to do that, they need to be able to attract enough clients and be able to deliver something that they love delivering. So I hope that gives you some really good food for thought on how to create your offer, how to think about those 3 different things of what your ideal client wants, what aligns for them, what aligns for you and your life goals, and then what excites you, what lights you up, what makes you feel really excited to deliver and talk about your offer. And a lot of that can come from the framework that you create, which I talked about last week. Once you come up with your unique framework, which is thinking about the specific steps that are going to create this transformation for your client before you start thinking about the features, that's going to give you that confidence. So if you haven't listened to that episode, go back a week and listen to that one too, about creating your own unique framework for your coaching business. And as always, if you want to have a chat with me about your coaching business journey, If you want to know more about my program, Your Life First Business Launch, which is that 8-week program I talked about, you can head to the link in the show notes to learn all about that offer. And then if you want to book a discovery call with me, you can do that via the webpage there. And we can have a chat about it and discuss how we could work together for you to create your offer, get clear on your niche, develop your messaging, and have a really authentic selling strategy so that you can sign your first clients and learn everything that you need to be including in the way you sell your offer to get people over the line and start delivering it and making an impact. So if that sounds of interest, I'll include it in the show notes. And otherwise, I'll talk to you next week. Take care.